What's up YouTube, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to do this lovely bookmark, and I'll show you how to add the beads at the end as well. So let's get started. So for this tutorial I'm using this cotton yarn. The hook size is 3mm and we need to start with a magic loop. So you wrap it around your finger in a cross, put your hook at the bottom, put the top yarn through, make a loop, get your working yarn and pull it through that loop. This will give us a magic loop and sort of a chain one. So you can chain two more and we'll count that as a double crochet. And add another double crochet and then chain two. So 2 double crochets then chain 2 is the pattern we will be following, and we'll do it for a total of 5 more times, so we have 6. So 1, 2, and then I'm gonna chain 2. You guys, this pattern is so easy and it's so fun to do. I think I've already made like 10 of these because I will be selling them at a craft fair. And I think they will go down well because they're quick to make, so you can price them quite decently as well. So just keep going, guys, and create your 2 double crochets and create your chain 2s in between every 2 double crochets. So I'm just going to keep going. This tutorial might be a bit slow, but I just want to capture every detail for everyone who's watching. And also, if you don't already, follow me on Instagram because I post all my updates there, more than I post on YouTube. And it'd be really nice to get talking to some new people who are like learning to crochet or already advanced. I'd like to get some feedback and if these videos are useful and so on. So let's count how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got the perfect amount. I'm just going to pull on this to make it a tight center. And then what I'm going to do is just slip stitch on top of the 3rd chain. Like so. And then I actually want to work in this big space here because we will be working into there. And what I want to do is do a slip stitch into this space here. So now we're in the right space. We'll chain 3 to start. So in every big space, which is these spaces here, we are going to be working 5 double crochets, but in the first one only we are going to do 4, and I'll show you why towards the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Leave this as 4 double crochets and then do a slip stitch into this bit here. So do you see that hole there? I'm going to do a slip stitch into this hole here. Right, for the next 5, go ahead and add 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to do a slip stitch in between the 2 double crochets from the previous round. And then you go back into that next space, which is the bigger one, and just go ahead and work your 5 double crochets as usual. So this will form sort of our petal of the flower, and we want 6 petals in total, so make sure you're counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. And so what we're going to do now is work 1 slip stitch into here, and this is our last bit, so I'm going to have to explain this quite carefully. So we will work 1 double crochet into here, that last space, well, our first one. So now we have 5 in that space. So what we're going to do is 1, 2, 3. See that third stitch there? So 1, 2, 3. We're going to slip stitch into there, so it takes us into the middle of that petal, like so. And if your center comes loose, you could just pull on this to tighten it up. Right, now we're coming on the long bookmark bit, where we're just going to do however many chains we need to make it as long as we like. So I'm going to work 40. You guys can work however many you like, because you might want your bookmark a different length. So just go ahead and I'll meet you at the end of all those chains. Welcome back. I've done my chains. I've chained 40. And what we're going to do is leave quite a long piece of yarn. So get your hook in here and just pull it through. And we're going to create some knots. So I'm just going to do 3 knots in here, just to make sure that when I put my bead, it doesn't go into the chains, because the holes on my beads are quite wide. Of course, if you don't want to add beads, you can just, after tying the knots, cut off the yarn, and that'll be your bookmark. So I feel like that many knots is enough. So I'm now just going to put my beads through. You guys can add any beads you like. I'm just going to keep it consistent with these beads, as I'm selling these at a craft fair. And now what you're going to do is just tie 3 more knots, or however many knots, just to make sure your bead does not come. Right, so I've got enough knots there now, and I'm just going to cut this off right over here. There we go. So now we have 1 strand at the end of our bookmark, and I'll show you how to weave that in as well. So get your darning needle and put your thread through it like so. And what you're going to do is just work in here to try and hide that thread. So I usually work around in that circle, and then what I'll do is I'll try and tie a knot with it. So I'll go through this 1 piece of yarn and I'll tie a knot, so I know this bookmark will stay secure. So I'm just going to go around like this and put a knot in. And when you've put your knot in, just cut this piece of yarn, and that is it. You now have your beautiful bookmark. As you can see, I've got quite a few in progress. Anyway, so I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial, and please click subscribe if you're looking for more crochet tutorials, because I will be making a few more. And thank you for watching this video.